Welcome to the first Viking women's basketball with Lynn Kennedy of the 2018-19 season. New host, same great coach, which is all that really matters. But, Coach, just to start off, I think we can reflect a little bit. You came in here, the Vikings had just finished last in the Big Sky. Now in your fourth season, they're picked to finish second. And on top of all that, you guys were heading out of the Stott Center when you came in here. Now you have the new Viking Pavilion. Does that make this a special season in any way, or do you just approach it as any other year?
A little bit of both. I think from where we came from, it seems it was a fast 3 years. I know that, but a lot of hard work by our staff and players buying in and just changing the culture and really creating a program that we can be proud of and that Portland State community can be proud of. And you see that the last 3 years, especially with our RPI rankings, how it's increased. Last year knocking off Ole Miss, seeing we reached the top 100, and so we have goals in place, and to see all those goals being met, it kind of sets us up for this year where we do have some experienced players coming back. We have those veterans, but we also have new players that add something different to our team that we were looking for this last year. So I think that we are deeper as a team. But yeah, it's exciting. You always want to be picked in the top part of the conference instead of the bottom. And so from where we came from, being picked 12th a few years back and now being picked as one of the top teams, it's nice to kind of reflect back and think about it. Now, moving forward, it doesn't mean anything. We all know preseason polls, they're great, but at some point you have to go out on the court and do it. I think our team knows that. I think we're prepared for it. We've been working hard for this position, and now we got to go out on the court and improve that. And what a great home court it's going to be, to have the new arena, to place now to call our own. And when we were bringing recruits in here and bringing community and fans and boosters in here, everybody loves it. They fall in love with the place, and it's a spectacular home court. And to be able to play games in here this year, I think it's just going to add to our level of play, and we got to treat it like a home court and go out now and protect it.
And this is your fourth year here, so the players who are opening this facility with you are the people who have been there from the beginning.
Right.
That's got to be special. Just talk about those players, what they've meant to you guys, and now as seniors, what development you've seen out of them.
It really is. I think whenever you take over a program and you can build on certain players that come in as your recruits, and then you see the final part of that season unfold, and it's just more special now with the home court that we do have, the new arena. So, first recruit was really Pia, and she came in as our first year player, and she's been here for 4 years now. And our red shirts that first year, Courtney and Sydney and Ashley, now playing in their third year, but they had that first year where they were red shirting. Corey James has been part of it since the beginning, going into her fourth season as a senior. So it's exciting to have those players be part of this, and then to kind of see this season unfold here in the last couple of weeks as we started practice. But, I'm excited not only for them to have this year and be in the new arena, but also for our young players that can be part of this, start of the new tradition and what we want to do here in the next few years to have that foundation. They have players to look up to. They see where we've come from, and now we can take it to that next level.
And a bit of a note, Ashley and Sydney were a preseason all-conference team, which are great accomplishments for them. What development have you seen out of them? And throw in Courtney in there, too. 3 of seniors who could really have special years for you here.
Well, I just think that their desire to get better every day and compete. I think we talk a lot about competing in practice and getting better, but you can see it by the extra time they put in, the extra shots, just learning the game, understanding what we're trying to do on the court, but also outside basketball as well. We have a team that gets along, they do things together, we have team functions, and you can really see off the court how we've really bonded, and that it definitely shows on the court. We didn't have that the first couple of years, and as you grow as a team, you can see the difference in things that happen off the court as well. So, Ashley, one of the better players in the conference, and she can elevate her game at any time, and to see her get to that next level. Sydney came in as a shooter, but she's really developed her game and to someone that can get to the basket off the dribble. She's one of the best in the conference as far as finishing in the fast break and then knocking down shots. Courtney has established herself as one of the all-time shot blocking leaders, not only at PSU, but in Big Sky Conference history. and maybe even in the nation. And so she gives us that defensive presence that we need. And I'll throw Kylie in there too as well, because to see her elevate her game as the Big Sky Freshman of the Year last year, and to see her development the last couple weeks in practice, I'm excited to see their experience, what they bring, but also our young players coming in now too.
And how about a returner who's really surprised you with their work over the offseason?
I think, including all those four, but I think, Pia's put in a lot of time, and she's been a defensive player for us, but she's really put in a lot of time as far as getting better offensively. We've had a couple injuries, but I've also seen those players like Tatiana just do extra work, and Ruche, Kiana, and do extra work off season as far as getting better during their off season, and just keep working on their game even though they're going to be out. But it's going to be exciting to see really all of our players that are returning, their development, and trying to get to that next level.
And you have an embarrassment of riches because you also have 4 newcomers that you're really high on.
Right.
Just talk about them and what elements do they bring to the team?
Well, I think Jordan, gives us another option as far as a stretch 4 where she can play inside, post up on smaller players, but she can also step out, and she's one of our better three-point shooters as well. She can run the floor. She's athletic. So we're really excited about her coming into a team and just adding really depth to that position. Our two players from Spain, Dre and Anna, have come in. They've competed. Anna's going to give us a lot of minutes at a guard position, and she can get to the basket, and she's got that toughness about her. As an international player, she's played at the highest level, but she brings that experience, and she can get to the basket. She can hit down threes. But her one thing that I noticed the last couple weeks in practice was just her defense ability is something that we've needed. She can step up and guard and play really good defense. Dre gives us somebody at the 4 or 5 spot where she's really good defensively as far as being active, going after rebounds, just to see her continue growth here in the next couple weeks. And then Desiree from Rainier, Oregon, kind of a small town kid, but she kind of fell in love with Portland State and the atmosphere and what we were doing as a team. And she's got a big time game. I mean, she can play at the highest level. She's got to continue to work and continue to compete. But I think that if she continues to work and focus on her game, she can definitely help us this year as well.
Going back the last couple of years, you guys have made the Big Sky semifinals in 16-17 and 17-18. You played on the first day both times. Mm-hmm. Now, circling back to one of our early questions, you're picked second. You're going to be one of the hunted teams in the conference. How do you guys handle being one of the hunted teams rather than being an underdog, a surprise team?
Right. I think you approach it the same way. I think that, in our practices and how we prepare our teams, we've been in that position where teams are coming after us anyways. And so I think you continue to prepare that way. We've got to take care of what we do, the things that we run, compete at the highest level. And when we do that, we'll be able to win games. But, everyone starts 0-0. So really there's nothing that says, because we were picked second, we're going to get the first round bye. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody's trying to get that first round bye. You still got to go out and play those games, and that's the approach that we're going to take. And I'm sure a lot of the teams have that same mentality. Looking back, though, competing and getting to the semifinals, winning the first day, winning multiple games at the tournament has given us the confidence, but also the desire to get back and actually win more games. Once you make it to that point, you want to keep going and keep getting better. Every year we've gotten a little bit closer to our goals, and as a team we just got to keep competing, working at what we do as well as a team, and then kind of have our goals set at the end of the year and try to meet those goals.
Definitely shaping up to be a promising 2018-19 Portland State women's basketball season. First exhibitions right here at the Viking Pavilion, October 26th. Get all your women's basketball information at govikes.com.